Welcome back and Eid Mubarak to you and everyone out there. Especially it's the Eid ul-Adha, it's the Bakra Eid, and there's a lot of meat around the corner. And I think one thing that I also said yesterday, and I would like to reiterate the message around, is that please make sure that you are responsible for the cleanliness of your area, and especially after the Qurbani is done. So there's a lot of blood, and after that there's a lot of smell, right? That pungent smell, especially in your neighborhoods. And I think the local municipalities and the local districts, they're very particular about the cleanliness. And they have their what do you call that white sort of the powdery thing that is used to prevent the smell of that. They have it all around the areas, but apart from that, they're also specific.
Was that the purpose of that white powder?
So that's
I thought it was just to make streets look more awesome.
No. It prevents the smell, and it can't prevent it totally, but I think it absorbs it around. But obviously you need to be responsible for the cleanliness. But I think we want to introduce our guests because there's some very interesting conversations lined up. There are lots of games that are lined up, and it's Eid, obviously, and Eid Mubarak once again to every one of you. So we are very glad that we have been joined by Dr. Fatma Sajid. She happens to be a dermatologist. Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak to you.
Khair Mubarak
Right.
to you guys.
Joining her is Dr. Uzair Mushahid, who happens to be a consultant ENT specialist. Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak to you.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you, Khair Mubarak.
Jazakallah khair. And then we have also have Umair Khan, who happens to be a singer. Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak to you.
So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Wonderful to have you over here. And there's a reason why we have a couple doctor over here, ladies and gentlemen. And so we wanted to set the score. So imagine that there's always this debate amongst a wife and a husband. Okay, you're not ready on time. You didn't do this on time. There's a lot of argument, and especially those arguments take place whenever it's somebody. It's birthday, one of the partner's birthday. It's a special day. It's Eid day. That's exactly when you're going to fight. And I'm saying this from experience.
But I think both of them are doctors, so they must be extremely busy as to having the fine to
but still,
argue,
on
right?
Eid,
I think they can better reveal this.
मैंने अम्मी के घर जाना था, तुमने वहाँ पे इतनी देर कर दी, all of those things,
Right.
So we wanted to ask you about that, so who's that one person in this relationship who fights the most, and who's that one person who says sorry most of the time?
I think both of the time it would be me.
Even fighting more and saying sorry as well?
I try to spare her the trouble of fighting, and because that's obviously a necessary part of the relationship.
Wow.
Right, Fatma, is that true?
Yeah,
we want your perspective.
I do think that's true, but the thing is, I believe that it's very important to have good communication.
Yes.
So whenever we have an event coming up or something, we do have very busy schedules, both of us.
Yes.
So we do need to have everything down to the T. So we plan, and we do know when we have to get ready, when do we have to leave the house and everything. We have it all
But that's
down.
exactly what the problem is, so you have discussed so much, you've communicated so much that God forbid on the 11th hour something is not according to the plan. That's when, a massive volcano is going to erupt. So what happens, God forbid, if you guys have decided together that, okay, this is what we're going to do this Eid, and God forbid, if that does not happen just because, probably Dr. Saab was sleeping till late, he was like, okay, I was busy last night and whatnot. And, you happen to be a dermatologist yourself.
Yes.
These days, I think that more than people go to salons, people go to dermatologists
Yeah.
and, the two laser clinics as well, so you're working late at night. And I'm saying so because, alhamdulillah, my sisters happen to be dermatologists themselves, Dr. Ramna, I don't know if you've heard her name or not. But imagine, so they are the ones who are the late, the late couple arriving, so or probably the late people to wake up, or the late people to kind of enjoy the festivity. So how's it for you, and then how's it for Dr. Saab?
Yes, so we are kind of used to having unplanned things happening. So when we have our hospital really close by to our house, so we sometimes we have an event coming up and a patient just comes in and he has to go and attend to the patient, obviously, because he has to. So we are now kind of, it's been many years, so we are kind of used to having these unplanned things. So it's not something new, not something we fight on.
Right.
But definitely we do cater into that. If something unplanned does happen, the other person can back the
Right. So Dr. Uzair, so since Eid is a festive, especially Bakra Eid, I think it's very labor intensive for men because they have to do the Qurbani, they have to find the kasai.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And obviously then the distributing and dividing part is the labor intensive part for the women or of the household, right? So then you you're also a doctor at the same time, and you have to cater to the emergencies in the first place. Then how do you juggle between these responsibilities of having this sacrificial animal around, sacrificing it, then also being a doctor, or do you take off from the hospital?
Well, I wish I could take off. That would, and as many people know, during Eid time, it's a very difficult thing to actually manage the duty rotas.
Yes.
Many of the doctors definitely they have to go out of city for their Eid holidays, and some have to stay definitely. And I actually, on an interesting note, I actually remember one time when I had to actually do 5 days consecutively on Eid, because many of my colleagues they had to go out of city for Eid. So I actually relieved them, and for 5 days continuously, I was on call in the hospital during Eid. So obviously you have one of those stressful
so Dr.
times.
Sabha is actually looking for, it looks like as if you're lying to some extent. That's how Dr. Sabha has looked at you. But for a doctor to live right next to the hospital, I think that's the worst, because obviously no matter what happens, the first person they're going to remember is the doctor who's going to live right next to the hospital.
And interestingly, during Eid time, since I'm an ENT specialist, so one of the more common patients we get are children who've gotten new toys, and somehow they just manage to put a part of that toy or a piece into their nose or their ear, and then just have to go and rush in.
And on Eid, they're eating sour candies and whatnot, and everybody's giving them money, and it's a hassle, but it's wonderful.
But I think a lot of people are also consuming a lot of meat. So like Shahzad mentioned, there might be a lot of emergencies going on, coming in the hospitals because of the overeating and whatnot.
Exactly. So I actually do have a few interesting cases like that, and obviously it's very troublesome for the patients, very distressful. But we do get a few patients who have eaten a lot of meat and they accidentally get a meat bone stuck in their throat or a huge meat piece stuck in their throat. And then we have to try to.
And then what is that? Because Desi Tarika is like,
Well, that's also the medical.
That
we use that.
Okay.
This is what I want to know.
So
how are you going to take that thing
So
out?
we use the Desi Tarika as well, but we give it a more scientific name. It's known as the Heimlich maneuver.
What?
The Heimlich maneuver.
Heimlich maneuver.
Usually it's for choking, but it's basically the same thing. Slap on the back.
I mean, so if your sibling is doing that, it is so painful that they're making sure that
But when the doctor does it, then it has more of an authenticity to it.
Exactly, and not just that. When a sibling does it, it looks like as if they're taking some.
They have ulterior motives. They have ulterior motives.
They always have that.
Because they're enjoying the situation, and at the same point, they're also making sure that they're helping you out in that disguise, I think so. But Umair, coming to you, since you're a singer, so especially on the, do you, take all of these requests where people are requesting you to have a song?
It always
so how do you cater to that? Are you,
they put their thing in my account, then I'll be there.
That's a very direct answer. Okay, so what if your mom requests you to do that?
Obviously.
Of course, she's like, my best company. So whatever I'm composing and doing anything, so pehle unse I have to,
So is there something
approved it.
Yeah, so is there something that you've shared with your mother recently which you would love to share with their audiences today?
So many songs.
So go ahead, let's go ahead, and it's Eid.
Can we have a song from you?
Okay, sure.
Bezain tere mast mast do nain.
We'll do a
Sanu
cover
pathe
song.
pa de sare car wale shami to kain. Ye tu nahi paaye to phir tere abbe to tanu vadde vadde litter paen. Please let's do this.
इसको भी गाने बना ले आप. I know that I saw you were doing rapping.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to be as good as you are.
So we'll do a cover song.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
You like Atif?
I love Atif, yeah.
Who doesn't
love Atif?
Yeah.
So it's a song called Rango Mein. You know the song?
Rango. Oh yeah, we grew up listening to this.
Alright, it's the old one. So. ख्वाबों में हम सभी ख्वाबों में हम सभी नैनन में अखियन में तुम जो कभी I love this part.
Go, buddy.
अपने हाथ जरा तू उठा ले मांग ले रब से दुआ कि वो बांट दे सारी खुशियाँ मिटा दे वो सारे गम के रहे हम रंगों में जी रहे हैं ख्वाबों में जी रहे हैं रंगों में के रहे हम ख्वाबों में
Oh, wow, wonderful.
something like
Wow, yeah, beautiful, man. And you know, you always stop, you know, with your performance. And whenever you're a part of a show, alhamdulillah, this is one of those things which the audiences love the most as well. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
so
so much.
magnificent, for being so amazing
Thank
with
you
your
so
vocals
much.
and with the guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Umair Khan with Rangome. It was a cover. And it was an original by Atif Aslam as well. It's about time that we play more games now.
Yes.
So we have an interesting game lined up for everybody out here, you know. So and you guys are going to get a gift hamper. Probably, I don't know when, but you know, today that's something that I can promise you, all right?
Right.
So what's the game like? Okay, so the
Okay.
game's like that we'll make you wear these headphones, you know, and so we'll play a song so you cannot hear what we're saying. So you just have to judge what we are saying from our mouth and kind of let us know that what we are trying to say, okay?
Okay.
So make sure that you please do give it an attempt. If there's any favorite song of yours which you want to listen in your head, please let us know.
Anything is okay.
Anything? Okay.
Yeah,
So I love Punjabi songs most of the time. I'm Punjabi background, you know, so let's go. Let me first play a song, you know, because we're inside the studio most of the time, the internet's not working, you know, the cell phone internet's not working because they don't give us their passwords. They do not want us to be on our phones, you know, while we're doing it. So can
Definitely. I can hear it. Yes.
you can hear the song? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you as
You
well.
can hear me as well. Okay,
Yeah.
let me, yeah. So I'll try doing it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
such a honest
Yeah, now you cannot listen to me, right? You're probably okay. Matrimonial. Matrimonial is your first word. Matrimonial. Matrimonial.
Something boti.
Yeah, that's
Very
good.
relevant
You're
to
right.
Eid.
You're on track. Matrimonial.
Bhais ki boti.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good
Right.
one. I think I'm going to change another one. So, you know, so let's do etiquettes. Etiquettes. Etiquettes.
I don't know. I can't make it.
Oh, yeah,
out.
yeah. Come closer to that.
Can you
na.
repeat?
Etiquettes. Etiquettes.
I
Etiquettes.
H.
You close. You close.
Yes,
Yes, yes,
yes.
you're doing good. You're doing good. Etiquettes. No?
No, no.
Okay,
no.
that's all right. You know, so you can give it to your husband now. You know, the best part is that, you know, so I was asking, the first word was matrimonial when you said boti, you know, and the second word was
Did sound
matrimonial
like
again
boti.
when you said bhans ki boti, and the third word was etiquettes, which you didn't say anything, but you have to
Yeah.
say something at least, okay? Let's go. So Haja, why don't you give them a word now? Okay, first.
Okay.
Can you hear us? Can you hear me? No. Okay. Please, let's go. Yeah, hi.
Okay. Coach. Coach.
Holi.
Hey,
No.
बहुत आला चौधरी, बहुत आला.
Coach.
Coach.
Yes. Yes. I think that was an easier one.
I think you're speaking a little louder.
Yeah, you were loud.
Yeah, do three, okay?
Okay. The second is fitness.
Fist.
Fitness. No.
Oh, he's
No.
close, yeah.
Fish.
Fitness.
Fits.
Fitness.
You're close.
Fitness.
Yeah, you're close.
Fish. Fits.
Yeah.
Fix.
You're close.
At least he's close.
Fitness.
Fitness. Fitness.
Fitness.
So it begins with an F, I think.
Yeah.
So I got that right.
Yeah.
Fitness.
Flex.
No.
See, you know, doctors are always very specific with the term they're going to use, which is why, you know, I did that. So he's like, okay, flexing probably. No, fitness.
Okay, another word. Let's talk. Dolphin.
That's so hard.
Softy.
No.
Yeah, it's difficult to make
It's
out.
difficult to make it out.
Yeah.
Dolphin.
Soft swirl.
Dolphin.
For an ENT to
Dolphin.
You did a good job because the song ended. The song ended. Where it's good, you know, how an ENT specialist is actually talking about an ice cream brand. That's wonderful.
Well, I am a very huge supporter of ice creams and cigarettes because they provide me with a lot of patience.
And yes, obviously, it totally depends on the people to kind of make good choices. Yes, obviously, it's not for
no
the
one's
doctors
forcing them.
Yeah,
yes, of course.
Exactly. So let's go. I think it's Umair's turn. Let's see whether Umair can guess it or not. I think with Umair, I'm going to make it more difficult now.
Why? What I did wrong?
Just like that. Okay, so can you hear? Can you hear us? Okay, the first one is mummy. Mummy.
Papaya?
Mummy. Mummy.
It starts with P, yeah?
It starts with M. You have to headphone utha. Mummy. Okay, so I'm going to do another one, okay? So, chapati. Chapati. Chapati.
You know how it looks like to me?
Yeah.
You're saying chipkali.
It's actually close.
But you close. Chapati, okay? So I'm going to do another one now. Nikal jaye tho. Nikal jaye tho. Something like that, yeah. Nikal jaye tho. Nikal jaye tho.
Come again.
Nikal ja etho.
Chalo.
That's a more respectable way.
Three words. Nikal ja etho.
Come again.
Nikal jaye tho.
No, I can't guess it. It's
Okay,
so hard.
Okay, you know, at least guess what's closer to this, okay? So I pause the song, so once again.
It starts with C, right?
No. Nikal jaye tho.
मुझे कुछ और ही दिमाग में आ रहा है.
क्या रहा है? Say it. No, okay, so whatever is in your mind, just share it with us, please.
Come again.
निकल जाए तू. Zain में क्या आ रहा है?
I don't get that. I don't want to say that.
No, okay. You know, whatever it is, just say it. You know, it's all right. You know,
I thought that you were saying chalo.
Right. I was saying nikal jaye tho.
Nikal jaye. Get out.
I think it was wonderful. So we can get the headphones back as well. You know, they're an essential part of my day.
These headphones are like killer, man. I can't hear you.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. It keeps me focused. But we have another game now. You know, so now this game, I don't know whether. So how fond are you of television dramas?
Somewhat.
Do you watch them? Do you get time to watch them?
Honestly, I don't. So
don't?
I just watch a couple of them, but I do know a few actors and actresses.
You do know a few actors. Wonderful. Doc Sahib, what about you? Do you watch dramas together?
The only ones that she forces me to watch.
All right. That's so you do know a lot of celebrities from Pakistan, right?
So the way we will remember celebrities is, अच्छा ये वो वाला है जो उसमें आता है.
Yeah.
ये वो वाला है जो उसमें आता है. So we might not remember the names. Sorry
it's all right. And Umair, you are part of the industry, alhamdulillah. You know, so you obviously cannot say that you do not know. So what we're going to do is
dramas though. But
but it's all right. You know, so you know them. You know, some happen to be from music industry, some happen to be from film industry, some happen to be from television industry. So what we're going to do is that we're going to just show you the eyes of that particular person, and you have to guess whether which celebrity that is. He or she, you know, so whosoever. So team, can we please have the pictures on our SMD screen, which we have invested a lot of money on, you know, so let's do it together, please. Okay, so the picture either will be here or on the PGM right in front of you. So, okay, you know, over here. Let's see who that is. It's too difficult to tell, but I can tell who that person is.
I think we have that on that screen, so that's more reasonable.
Who's that? Anybody who can guess, you know, anybody. Okay, so let me tell you that she's a female singer. Okay, it's a lady. She's very famous. She's very popular these days. Everybody's talking about her music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anybody?
Just give me a minute.
I'm a big.
I'm a big. Yes, you've just said it right. You've nailed it. You've nailed it. Yes, that's I'm a big. I'm a wherever you are. You know, you're the best. You know, you've always been a great performer on stage, and we've always loved listening to you, a dear friend. Moving on to the next one. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Let's move on to the next one as well. You know, so next, I think everybody can tell. Yeah, everybody can tell. This is so simple.
Jamshed.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Jamshed.
No, that's not Junaid Jamshed. He's very much alive.
Hassan Khan?
No, not Hassan Khan.
So much like Junaid.
But close to Hassan Khan. The eyebrows are.
Umair, what about you?
I don't know. I think.
I can tell. I think I'm good at guessing this game.
On that screen?
Yeah, can we please have the same picture? Yes.
So it's
Go ahead.
there.
Yeah, that was Imran Abbas.
Wow.
Imran bhai, I hope you're doing well as well. Moving on to the next one, you know, so 0-0 to guest and 2 to the hosts. Let's go. Oh, okay. So this one is interesting. Okay, I know who that is. Okay, I know.
That's very easy to recognize.
Mawra.
Yeah, that's Mawra. You got it.
I think her eyes and her eyebrows are very recognizable in the first
Okay,
place.
share the full picture if that's Mawra or not. Yes, that's Mawra.
Yes.
Wonderful. So, please move on to the next one very quickly. If you can be very quick. Okay, so that's another one. Okay,
Okay, we have it on there.
who's that? Okay.
You see more eyes.
Yeah, no, eyes are separate from ENT.
Okay, so who's
Ali
that?
Zafar.
Oh, yeah, that can be Ali Zafar. Yes, that looks closer to Ali Zafar. Well,
That's
let's see who's that. So, yes, that's Ali Zafar. Dr. Saab. Wow, wonderful. Dr. Saab, आपको ध्यान अच्छा है.
I only attended one concert of his when I was in school.
Wow. Wow, and you still remember him from them. Well, wonderful. Ali bhai, you know, you're a great contribution. Abda Parveen Sahiba, obviously.
I think, yeah.
That's something anybody could tell. You know, so we only wanted the eyes, but our team has been over efficient. They brought in the nose too.
And that's
only the lips were left, you know, so you could have put that in, you know, for making it simpler for people. But yes, moving on to the one last picture. Okay, let's go. We're going to take one last picture. So it's 2-2 now. You know, let's see if it's going to be the host, you know, who's going to win. All right, or whether the guests are going to win. So one last picture, ladies and gentlemen, coming up on your screen. Everybody, you can play this game, you know, while you're sitting with your loved ones as well. Okay, can't figure it out over here. This looks like.
I know this guy. You know, ये वो dramas करता है, पर मुझे इसका नाम नहीं.
No, I know this guy because you know I've been doing television programs with him. Okay, now come on, let's talk about it. You know, and this is one of the most famous program people have watched on television. You know, we have million views.
Shoaib Akhtar?
Yes, that's Shoaib Akhtar. What a legendary bowler he is. Imagine that, you know, nobody's been able to ball as fast as he can, you know, in the history of cricket.
Oh,
and he's a wonderful human being. I've always spoken about it, you know, he always makes sure that, you know, he's going to...
I think he has a lot of feathers in his cap in the first place, and Pakistani team will always surprise you with your film. Oh, wonderful. That's wonderful.
I met him once, ek dafa, but he don't know me. वो snooker खेल रहे थे. He plays really good snooker.
I mean, he plays everything good, yeah. You know, he's a sportsman, you know, so it's just innate, it's built in. Right. But very nice. I think everybody has played their bit. You know, it was wonderful.
So
but
I won.
I think that I was on top of the game.
Yes.
You know, I gave you so many hints that who that gentleman is, but it's wonderful. But very quickly towards the end, before we wrap it up, you know, whatever your messages are on this seat for anybody, everybody who's out there, because we go out, alhamdulillah, in 46 different countries. So anything you want to say, go ahead, look into the camera and say whatever you feel like.
Definitely, I would say that everyone have fun at this Eid and be with your loved ones, and definitely remember all of those people who are in a difficult situation in Pakistan. Remember them in your prayers, and take good care of your health and your skin. Your skin is important. It does show you. It's a reflection of who you are. So take good care of your skin, and happy Eid.
Wow, that's wonderful. Dr. Saab, what about you?
Well, I think Fatma has already conveyed our feelings. I would just like to add that.
Is it always necessary to agree to your wife?
Definitely. That's I think that's one advice I'd give to everyone. At least publicly agree with your wife.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Right. So definitely, one message I would like to convey to people is that at times things might seem a bit out of control and a bit frustrating. It's always good to remember that focus on things one can control.
True.
And not let things that are out of your control worry you. Right. Like there's a saying, if it's within your control and you can do something about it, don't worry about it. If it's not something within your control and you can't do anything about it, don't worry about it.
Wow,
right,
yeah, that's true.
So it's like,
and it makes your life simpler.
Yes,
And you know, I've actually put this very message in my words most of the time, that whatever I can do myself, you know, I think that's something which I'm not going to worry about. But if there's something which I cannot be a part of, or I cannot do anything, or I cannot play a role, ladies and gentlemen, I'll stop bothering about it. And I only pray to Allah Almighty for things which are under my control and for things which are out of my control as well. Umair, what about you?
I would say this thing that आप जो हैं, you know, spend your time with your family, जो के जिंदा हैं, you know, जो लोग अभी alive हैं. Because I lost my dad. So जो if you have your mom alive and you know anybody alive, so I think कि आपको उनके साथ वो दिन ज़्यादा गुजारना चाहिए. हर दिन गुजारना चाहिए, लेकिन वो दिन specifically उनके साथ गुजारना चाहिए.
Exactly, and that's wonderful, which is why you know now what we're going to do is that we're going to request you to please sing us a song, whatever you want to sing, a lengthy one, and then somewhere in between, you know, give me some chords, you know, I'll rap with you too as well, okay?
You can, I'll sing my original Dastan.
Okay.
So you can rap in it.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay,
I'll try. So I haven't done it for a longer period of time because it's summer, not a lot of concerts are taking place, but please go.
Okay. So, sounds like this. तेरे झूठे निकले, बात भी अधूरी थी, ओ तेरे मेरे प्यार में, हाँ ऐसी भी क्या दूरी थी, ओ अध तेरे झूठे निकले, बातें भी अधूरी थी, तेरे मेरे प्यार में ऐसी भी क्या दूरी थी, ओ गाऊंगा मैं ये दास्तां सुनाऊंगा, कोई माने या न माने मैं तो गाऊंगा, गाऊंगा मैं ये दास्तां सुनाऊंगा, कोई माने या न माने मैं तो गाऊंगा, आसमां पे लिखी कहानियों के सफ़ों पे तेरी मेरी चाहतों की छोटी सी गाऊंगा, मैं दास्तां सुनाऊंगा, कोई माने या न माने मैं तो गाऊंगा.
All right. This is Shazad on the mic now.
So you can jump in it.
Yeah. सवार इस रहन और सहन से बढ़ेगी रफ्तार पर रहम न करेगा माना, ये सबक तो बड़ा ही है पुराना, ये नमक तो हलाल ही खाना रे, फलक से जो उतरी ये बात है, ऊपर वाला भी तेरे साथ है, जिंदगी से गुजरे हैं कितने हंसी पल. I don't think that we're matching the tempo over here. You're gonna go faster now, okay? You know, so let's do it faster. Come on, let's do it faster.
Yeah, you're missing the beat.
No, go faster, go faster.
Go like.
See, that's what happens when you have an expert over here.
This is the beat.
एक दूनी दो दूनी चार, ज़हन पे वहम के नशे हैं सवार, इस रहन और सहन से बढ़ेगी रफ्तार, पर रहम न करेगा ज़माना, ये जंबो जेट पे हो मेरी एंट्री, और राज करूँ मैं सारी कंट्री पे. यार, I think we could have done it better though, but it's all right. You see, yeah, let's go.
Something like
all right, wow, wonderful, yaar. You know, मैं ये दास्तान सुनाऊंगा, मैं ये गाना गाऊंगा. And on this point, you know, what I certainly wanted to ask was that, you know, for people, you know, who are in a cause which is as noble as yours, do you guys feel like singing sometimes? Do you think one of you can actually sing or something or contribute to what actually Umair was doing as of now? Anybody? You know, anything?
Well, I would like to, I'll actually narrate a few instances, although my field is actually related with the voice.
Yeah.
So, I should be able to comment on it better, but when I was in school during music class, my music instructor specifically told me that, beta, you have to make sure you don't sing at all during the choir.
But you've got great voice, you know, and that's the kind of compliment which I get most of the time, alhamdulillah, from people, and likewise for you, you know, because it's very rare that you come across a vocal cord which is as strong as yours or as bassy as yours. You know, so हम हल्की सी भी कोई बात करते हैं तो किसी को लगता है यार ये पता नहीं क्या बात कर रहे हैं, कोई गुस्से में या something of that sort.
Exactly.
Right? So, do you want to give it a try?
I honestly, I don't want to torture your guests.
Okay, I think what we can do. Okay, so what we can do is, you know, so probably we can all sing Dil Dil Pakistan together, and then we say Eid Mubarak to everybody, and then we go out. All right, can we do that?
That's
okay, is everybody ready? Haja, you ready? And no cheating, okay? So everybody has to sing, everybody has to clap, and for everybody who's out there, ladies and gentlemen, it was wonderful to be on screen. You know, and that too on the first day, second day, and third day. Obviously, we're going to continue with this Eid transmission, alhamdulillah, because we certainly wanted to enjoy with each and every one of you. So today, I think it's about time that where we celebrate, you know, in this sovereign land of ours, which we call Pakistan, we're going to give them a dedication to all those Pakistanis out there, to all those Muslims who are out there who are celebrating Eid, a very happy Eid Mubarak. Let's go, let's do it. Dil Dil Pakistan coming our way. Come on.
You want me to play?
Yeah, obviously, you know, how else, yaar? I mean, sur doge to hum gayenge, na? All right. So you have to lead.
Okay, it's very high though. Okay.
It's all right. You know, हम जितना गा सकते हैं उतना गा लेंगे. दिल दिल से मिलते हैं दो प्यार का चेहरा बनता है, चेहरा बनता है. फूल की लड़ी में पिरोए तो फिर सेहरा बनता है, सेहरा बनता है. ओ दिल दिल पाकिस्तान जा जा. Pakistan, dil, dil, Pakistan, ja, ja, Pakistan, dil, dil. You have to sing, you have to lead us. Yeah. फूल की लड़ी में पिरोए तो फिर सेहरा बनता है, सेहरा बनता है. सेहरा बनता है. ओ दिल दिल पाकिस्तान जा जा पाकिस्तान दिल दिल पाकिस्तान जा जा पाकिस्तान दिल. Wonderful. Thank you so much for being with us. Lovely to be in conversation with you, and thank you so much, Haja. You've been a wonderful colleague, you've been a wonderful co-host, and I'll certainly be waiting for a lot of kebabs and steaks coming in, and I'll bring in those chocolates which I promised you probably 2 months
ago. Along with the meat also.
Along with the meat, inshallah. Nice. And you know, obviously we'll have to take some meat for you know, our producer Seher, because you know she always complains she do not get enough to eat at her in-laws. You know. Okay, I'm just kidding again. Okay, please, nobody takes it very seriously. It's just, you know, our thing with Seher and Hasnain, because alhamdulillah, you know, both have done a great job with the Eid programming. The entire team, I think, may it be Ibtisam, may it be Sadia, you know, may it be our cameraman team, Freed Bhai, you know, Siari, you know, our Vio Bhai, you know, Iram, Wazir Bhai, everybody. You know, so if I'm missing out on somebody's name, ladies and gentlemen, you see these two faces doing this show, but they're are more than, you know, I believe 30 to 40 people who are part of our team, and then Jamshed Sultan Saab, then Haroon Ilaitur Saab, our managing director, you know, everybody. So it's everybody's contribution day in, day out to make sure that we bring you the best. And alhamdulillah, PT World has played a very pivotal role in changing perspectives, and that's what we continue to do. We'll strive for excellence, inshallah. So 1, 2, 3, a very happy Eid Mubarak!